What's up guys, this is Balázs from Racing Brick. Here is the review of the last set from the 2020 LEGO Technic lineup. It is the 42101 Buggy. If you would like to watch my videos I made about the other sets, then click on the link in the top right corner. There are still a few B models left, I will show you those in the near future. The box size is similar to the Mini CLAAS XERIon. On the front you can see the Buggy doing buggy things in the sand. On the back of the box there's the B model as usual. For the first sight it seems to be quite similar to the A model. The set has 117 pieces, the price is €9.99 or $12.99. In the box we have two bags, the small manual and the small sticker sheet. The sticker design and the overall coloring of the set can be familiar. I will show you in a minute another set with a similar design. The building time is around 15 minutes, there are no any complications, so it can be recommended even for beginners. The overall look and the proportions are okay, we get a small but nice buggy. The colors and the stickers are heavily inspired by the 4x4 Extreme Off-Roader. As you can see, we get some pieces in the same flame yellowish orange color. Some sticker elements are also the same, and I'm sure it was made by the same designer who has a thing for skulls. Now let's see the features. There's a knob for the hand-of-God steering on the top of the cabin. The balance is better here compared to the CLAAS XERIon. It is easy to navigate the buggy both forwards and backwards. The steering is using a very simple linkage, but it works effectively. The downside of this construction is the non-existent ground clearance at the front. As you can see, that yellow beam almost touches the ground, so this makes the off-roading experience quite challenging. The rear axle has a simple but working suspension with a grey hard shock absorber. It is a cool feature for the first sight, as the LEGO cars at this scale rarely have any type of suspension, but in reality it is pretty hard to make it work. With the drop test you can see that the car is simply too light, the shock absorber barely has any effect. Pushing the rear axle of the car through obstacles shows that the suspension could work effectively in theory, but unfortunately the car has two axles, and as you remember, the front has barely any ground clearance because of the steering mechanism. This means that the car can only drive on flat surfaces, or it can only handle minimal obstacles where the rear suspension cannot show any advantage. Once we try something a little bit bigger, the front will get caught. It's a shame, as it could have been the real feature of the car, but it cannot show its true potential. Now let's have a look at the B model, which is a race car. Unfortunately, it is not very different from the A model. We get a more simple car without the rear suspension or the rear wing. The steering concept is the same. It uses pretty much the same parts as the A model. There's a small engine imitation at the rear, but since the parts are not fixed, it is easy to move them around, which is a bit weird. The front of the car is not fixed. This can be seen either as a bug or as a feature, depending on your taste. There's also a tool built for the B model that helps you to lift the rear of the car for some maintenance, I guess. Not sure how it is supposed to be used properly. The car won't stay lifted without holding the other end of the tool, regardless of the position of the car. It is a nice try to use the leftover parts, but I don't think it adds much to the playability. So let's sum it up. The set looks good for the first sight, it has a nice color scheme, and the stickers go well with other Technic sets. It has proper steering and a working rear suspension, which is quite unusual at this scale. But it's a shame that the suspension cannot be really used in most of the cases. The B model is not very different from the A model, and there are a lot of parts left. If I would have to choose between this set and the Mini CLAAS XERIon, then I would vote for the tractor. That is a more exciting set for the same price. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. You can also subscribe and tap the notification bell if you want to see more Technic reviews and other LEGO RC videos. See you next time, bye bye!